So the Australian Grand Prix is upon us. In fact, qualifying happened earlier today. Now, was I awake to watch it? No. However, I did catch like the rerun, whatever you call it. I don't know. Either way, I watched it eventually. Okay, it doesn't really matter. Mercedes have a front load lockout. Lockout? Is that the word? Yes, I think so. Which I'm happy for Kimi. He had a bit of an accident in the final free practice, but they recovered. Mercedes recovered, and he ended up getting P2 in qualifying. Isaac Hadjar getting third on his debut, which is insane. Very good considering his own teammate, world champion Max Verstappen, is sitting P20 because of his rear axle basically locking up and the car just spinning out. But he is fine. He did go to the medical center after get checked. He's all good. So that's nice. That I can't speak. That Red Bull doesn't look too bad. So I'm expecting I'm forgetting the words now. I'm expecting some overtaking from Max tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping for. At least Lewis got 7th, whilst Charles got 4th. Lewis said it himself in a post-qualifying interview, so he could have, gotten a bit more out of the car, possibly P3, which could have been nice. It could have been nice, but it wasn't meant to be. We have the McLaren sitting 3rd row, P5 and P6. Lando drove over a bit of a cooler, I think is what it's called. Basically, Kimi had two had 2 coolers, we'll call it because I don't remember the actual thing, attached to his car, and one of them fell off, and then Lando, he ended up driving over it, and so that possibly may have done something to Lando's final slot. This is the grid for tomorrow. Aston Martin being so low, it's not surprising, honestly. Their car looks interesting performance-wise. Carlos Sainz sitting 21st, whilst his teammate is starting P15th tomorrow. Colapinto and Pierre Gasly sitting 14th and 16th. I don't even know if that Alpine has made any form of kind of progression. Ollie Behrman and Ocon sitting in 12th and 13th. Bortoleto did well, P10, P11 for Hulkenberg. Arvid Lindblad did well as well, P9 next to his teammate, Liam Lawson. So I think Lindblad had a good qualifying considering it's his very first one. Now here's the thing. Alright, before this race, on Friday, I said, who did I predicted Leclerc, Max, and Kimi, that was either for qualifying or the final race results. And I don't think I was too far wrong, because 2 out of my 3 are within kind of reach of, a podium position. The only one who I didn't say was George. Sorry, George, mate. And I think if it wasn't for his lockup, I think Max would have made it into the top 5, realistically speaking. Comment down below who is going to be your top 3 by the end of this race weekend. Am I going to stick with the 3 that I said? I think Charles getting on the podium could be likely. But I also don't necessarily see either George or Kimi not being P1 and 2. Perhaps Kimi might drop and maybe Charles would be bumped up to P2. There might be a bit of rearranging, like Russell will probably win, and then Leclerc, and then Kimi, just because I think, for what it's worth, for how well Hadjar did, I think he's going to drop back a little bit. Although I'm not mentioning the McLarens. The McLarens might do a little bit better during the race. This is tricky. I'm going to say it's going to finish George, Charles, and Piastri. It would be nice to see Oscar on the podium at his home race. I'm going to go with that. Comment down below what your prediction are. And yeah, I'll catch you guys after the race.